Hi there, Scott, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review for you. Going to be talking about the 1985 film, Young Sherlock Holmes, in its very first Blu-ray edition. One of the holy grails of home video releases is Young Sherlock Holmes, a 1985 film that was produced by Steven Spielberg, directed by Barry Levinson. Chris Columbus wrote it. Bruce Broughton did the music. $18 million budget, went on to gross almost $64 million. And for some of us that saw it back in the day, it was quite a formative film. It was also the very first fully rendered CGI character in a movie, the stained glass dude that's pretty early on in the film. So, been waiting for this forever. It came out in a Paramount Steelbook on Blu-ray only. There's been no 4K release, and there have been no reviews yet. This just came out about a week ago. Finally watched it over the weekend. I saw a few people talking that they had seen a review that Paramount screwed it up and used an old master or whatever, but I find that a lot of people talk about things before they come out just so they can, I don't know, be that troll, be that person that gets the attention, whatever. But until I see some real reviews, I say it looked pretty good on Blu-ray. It's certainly not a 4K edition, but it could have been restored to a certain extent. It's kind of a dim, dingy-looking movie anyway from 1985. It was supposed to look realistic and gritty and down to earth, and it does. But I thought it was clean. The surround sound really was pretty spectacular. It's a 5.1 Dolby HD mix, and really the music sounded amazing. Bruce Broughton's soundtrack was very much like a John Williams score. It's very active, very lively, and it fills the surround sound speakers all the way around when it's on, to the detriment sometimes of the effects that are all kind of center channel stuff. But I thought the movie sounded really good. Vocals and stuff were quite clear, and the movie holds up well. I didn't know how it would or not. This is a movie from 1985. I was in college at the time. And so I was still in that high school, college, teenager to grown person kind of in the middle of it. So I still like some lighter things and was starting to like the heavier things. And this kind of fit the bill because watching it now, it definitely was PG-13. That's some of the things they deal with. There's not exactly a ripping the heart out like the Indiana Jones movie that gave us the PG-13 rating about the same time, but it's close. There's some pretty dark stuff and murders and that kind of stuff in this movie. But I think it holds up as a young Sherlock Holmes movie. You can tell it's Chris Columbus and Barry Levinson. It's a quality film. Things move well. It jaunts from set piece to set piece. It's lively. It's active. It's funny. It's sweet. It's dark. It's everything you wanted in a 70s or 80s kind of all-around blockbuster kind of movie. Only making $64 million on a $18 million budget. With Spielberg's name at the time, he was starting to do things like Hook and other production things that he wasn't directing. You thought it would have done better. But a lot of us who had this on VHS back in the day have been waiting for a high definition version for quite a long time. Don't know if we're going to get a 4K version, but if you're looking for this on Blu-ray, this will be the version to get. It's one of Paramount's limited edition steelbooks, so it's going to go out of print pretty quickly. They will probably come back with a regular release, and they might come back with a 4K release. I kind of hope they don't, but it'd be nice. The movie didn't really need it. It's a 1985 movie. It's kind of a young adult film to a certain extent, but it holds up well. The story was good. It's definitely a young Sherlock Holmes type story. The mystery kept me going. The acting was good all around. Everybody in the movie does a great job. So kind of a short review for this old movie, but if it's one of your favorites, then go out and pick up this version because you've been waiting for this since VHS days. And if it's not one of your favorite movies, well, if you like Sherlock Holmes stuff, this would be an interesting one to check out. A little side note, a few years ago, Nicholas Rowe, who stars in the movie, he's been an actor all along, hasn't done really anything much bigger, but a few years ago, there was a Mr. Holmes movie where Ian McKellen played an older guy who went to see a Holmes movie in the theater, and they brought back Nicholas Rowe to play the Sherlock Holmes that was in the movie that Ian McKellen, it was kind of cool. Anyway, Young Sherlock Holmes, if you remember it from the mid-'80s, you're probably already in line to get a copy. I was very happy to get a copy. It came with a digital copy as well. Looks good on Blu-ray, sounds good. It's an old favorite. I'll pull it out from time to time to watch it. I can't give an older movie a higher regard than that. Is it as good as an Indiana Jones movie? No, but it's better than a lot of the movies that came out in the mid-'80s that appealed to a younger audience. It's not a kid's movie by any stretch of the imagination. Like I said, it pushes the point to it's almost rated R, but it it's a movie from that time, that era. They don't really make family adventure films like that these days, other than like Harry Potter. That would be the thing. It comes, matter of fact, there's some scenes where like all the kids in the school sit down for a meal or whatever. I'm like, wow, without the floating candles, this is Harry Potter. They recreated it almost exactly, and this was 1985. So take that what you will. Young Sherlock Holmes, though, fares well on Blu-ray. Glad that Paramount finally got it out, and I'm looking forward to they're releasing Dragon Slayer, which is another one from the early 80s that has never gotten a high-definition release. Pretty excited about that. That one's coming out in 4K, though. Very exciting. Anyway, Young Sherlock Holmes, should you check it out? Absolutely. If it's one of your favorites, then you've probably already pre-ordered it. Scott Hamilton, I'm ROCKFILE. Thanks for taking time out of your day to listen, and please check out the links below. Have a great day.